The world feels broken. Everywhere we look, protests, collapsing buildings, endless shouting matches online. But what if the root cause isn't out there at all? What if it's quietly lurking inside each of us? It's easy to blame politics, wealth, technology, but what we're facing runs deeper, older, and closer than we realize. Today's world is louder, faster, angrier than ever. Everyone demands to be right, desperate to be heard, but rarely do we pause, humble ourselves, and admit we might be wrong. We blame the system, society, even history itself. Yet perhaps the real fracture isn't external. Picture this. A seasoned military captain refuses to salute a newly promoted major, not because the order was wrong, but because he didn't respect the man behind the uniform. So he walked silently, looking away until reminded sharply by the major. In the military, you salute the rank, not the man, the symbol, the order, the principle greater than both of you. This wasn't about freedom. It was pride rejecting equality. At that moment, ego transformed from something that fueled greatness into something that ignited destruction. But what exactly is ego? It's not merely arrogance or confidence. Ego is the quiet voice inside us that insists we must matter more than others. It whispers quietly, "I'm superior. I'm owed more. Why should I listen?" It cleverly hides behind pride, victimhood, even false humility. Most of us never notice it, or worse, we mistake it for strength. Ego itself isn't evil. The danger arises when it leads us, when it controls our decisions instead of guiding them. Let's take a look at several examples. One person harnesses ego to strive for greatness. He wakes up before dawn, not to beat others, but to beat yesterday's version of himself. Ego is his fuel, not to boast, but to grow. Another uses it to feel invincible. He bends the rules, plants evidence, and believes he'll never get caught. To him, power is more important than truth, and ego is untouchable. One individual acknowledges mistakes openly. He sees correction as refinement, not defeat. His ego kneels beside him, not in front of him. Another silences anyone who disagrees. His pride wears a graduation cap. Every contradiction feels like an attack, and his ego fights back with fury. One parent gently guides their child toward independence. She lets go, even when her heart wants to hold on, because ego doesn't need to control when it's anchored in love. Another parent controls every step. He mistakes obedience for success and uses his child to fix his own unfulfilled dreams. One person seeks understanding through dialogue. They speak to understand, not to win. Ego sits quietly, listening, learning. Another wants only the applause of victory. He doesn't care who's right, only who's louder, and ego thrives in noise. Ego, wielded wisely, builds empires, creates breathtaking art, and uncovers profound truths. Yet ego unchecked turns visions into vanity and strength into weakness. So ask yourself, who truly leads your life? Are you wielding your ego, or is your ego wielding you? You don't have to agree with us, but if you disagree, we'd love to know why. Feel free to let us know in the comments.